Hi guys and welcome to another video, and in today's video we're going to take a look at the all new Royal Enfield Flying Flea C6. Now as we all know that Royal Enfield has launched its first electric motorcycle, the Flying Flea C6, and it has launched at a price of rupees 2.79 lakh. Well, it also has a BAS price, that's battery as a service, and in that you can get the motorcycle at just 1,99,000. And this motorcycle, since it's an electric one, it gets an IDC range of 156 kilometers to one single charge. Now as we all know that the Flying Flea is the Royal Enfield's first electric motorcycle, so here we are with the motorcycle and we're going to take a look at how this motorcycle looks like, because yes, it's a pretty interesting looking motorcycle that has got some really nice features and some old school features as well. So before we start the walk around, let me tell you that a test ride for the Royal Enfield Flying Flea C6 is available from April 10th onwards, starting in Bangalore. So Bangalore will be the first city that will get the Royal Enfield Flying Flea in the showrooms, and you can go and have a look at the motorcycle and take a test as well. Now let us come to the main thing that we all know that the Flying Flea is about, is its electric powertrain. Now this gets a 3.91 kilowatt-hour battery pack that, as I mentioned, has a claimed IDC range of about 156 kilometers, and the battery pack casing as well as the motor of the Flying Flea 6 is encased together. As you can see over here, it looks really nice. It's a neat finish, and it also has fins for the battery pack made out of light magnesium so that the battery pack can stay a little cool. Now if we talk about the design of the motorcycle, now very first thing you will notice is the front suspension of the motorcycle. Now these are called girder forks that were in production long back, like I'm talking about like 60-70 years back. This suspension was there, and Royal Enfield has got this. So you can see it gets this girder fork, it gets a round headlamp, and it runs on 19-inch wheels both front and back, and it gets a disc also at the front and at the back as well. So as I was speaking about the battery pack of the Flying Flea C6, now it sends power to a mid-mounted permanent magnet synchronous motor that produces a peak power output of 20.65 bhp and about 60 Nm of peak torque, which is sent to the rear wheels via a belt drive setup. Now Royal Enfield claims that the Flying Flea C6 can do a 0 to 60 kilometers sprint time in just 3.7 seconds and has a top speed of about 115 kilometers that is claimed by Royal Enfield. Now as far as the charging is concerned, a full 0 to 100% charge with the Flying Flea C6 battery will take about 2 hours and 16 minutes. Meanwhile, a 20 to 80% of top up will approximately take about 1 hour and 5 minutes. That is really nice, and notably the rider can also choose the charging speed via mobile app when plugged into an onboard charger from a 15 amp socket. So yeah, you can charge it from your house. Now if we again look at the design of the motorcycle, it's a narrow lightweight motorcycle that ensures the least possible rolling resistance and reduced weight that actually helps in maximizing the range of the motorcycle. The Flying Flea C6 tips the scale at just 124 kgs and rides on a 90 section tire. As I mentioned, both are 19-inch wheels, and the seat height of the Flying Flea is 823 mm. It gets a split seat, though the slim profile of the bike should make a flat foot accessible to most riders. However, the ground clearance is a little more and stands at 207 mm, which should be enough for dealing with potholes and whatever the city has to offer. Now once again, have a look at the suspension, because this is the highlight of the motorcycle. As I mentioned, they are girder forks, something that we have not seen in decades on any motorcycle. The Flying Flea C6 also gets disc brake on both ends, as I mentioned, with dual channel ABS, and yes, you have an option to disable the rear channel ABS and have some fun around with it. Now as far as the instrument cluster concerned, the C6 gets a digital instrument cluster. It's a 3.5-inch TFT display paired to a new set of switch gears that actually look very nice on the motorcycle. The riding aid actually packs 5 riding modes, that is city, rain, highway, sport, and you also have a custom mode where you can customize your mode according to what you want, how much acceleration you want, and along with that it also has a lean sensitive traction control, and you can also adjust that as well. Now at just rupees 2.79 lakh ex showroom, the Flying Flea C6 is priced above the 350cc motorcycle the company currently sells in the market, as well as the Guerrilla 450, and this being Royal Enfield's first ever EV, we can feel that the Flying Flea C6 is just too tagged to be a little expensive is what I feel. But anyway, the motorcycle looks really nice and really cool. Now along with its pricing and range, the Flying Flea C6 has a unique design that may not appeal to every rider. Basically, you can see it's a narrow motorcycle, but it carries a lot of old school styling as well. So yes, that was everything you needed to know about the Royal Enfield Flying Flea C6. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video was informative. If you liked it, do a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels, and I will see you in the next video very soon.